Alpha generation is coming after Gen Z, because now we've gone through the whole alphabet. Alright, Generation Alpha has been born at a time of falling fertility rates across much of the world. Why are people so worried about that? Especially like conservatives. Why are people so worried and concerned about the fact that we're not having as many kids? They're not affordable. If you want to have more kids, make it affordable to have a kid. Like, I don't know what the fuck you want people to do. They can't even afford to live by themselves. What is Generation Alpha? Is that people who are born after like 2010 or something? Date and age range definitions. There's not yet a general consensus on the birth years of Generation Alpha. For years, media sources focused specifically on Generation Alpha to have used starting birth years such as 2010, 2011, 2012, and 2013. Wow, so like when I was in high school. All the babies that were born when I was in high school are Generation Alpha. Oh my guys, all the people that were pregnant in the Northport High School pregnancy area. God, why did you all do that? Well, I mean, if you didn't really have a choice, you know, some people kind of just get assaulted, which sucks and is bad. Alright, so Michael Knowles is concerned about the population of white people. Also, guys, today we're discussing the end of white people as we know it. Look, this guy literally put out a video again saying the end of white people.
Big news for the white race this morning. According to new census data, white people are officially finished as the majority race in America. Until 1965, white people made up about 85% of the U.S. population.
Yep.
Then a new mass migration policy, along with a collapse in native-born American birth rates, to drop that percentage down to the 60 or so percent that it is today. And now, according to a new analysis, Gen Z will officially be the last majority white American generation, as the youngest generation, Gen Alpha, has already seen white people replaced as the majority population.
That's why I was talking about Gen Alpha earlier, is because this is what he was saying. But I wanted to go ahead and skip a little bit, because he basically snowballs up to, we're not allowed, white people aren't allowed to talk about this, but the liberal media is allowed to celebrate it. So I want to see what he says that the liberal media talks about, because, yeah, no, right here, literally.
Are we allowed to raise any of those questions? Or are
Oh,
we
no.
just supposed to deny that any of those
No,
questions
don't play your intro.
isn't a possibility?
Don't play your intro, I don't care.
Some breaking news about porn.
What?
Is that
What?
Pornhub is now going dark in Arkansas.
What the fuck?
Pause. We'll get to that story in just a second. First,
Why? Okay, I was about to say, why are we talking about Pornhub now? We were literally just talking about white people in the demographics.
so getting canceled for a second because Neo,
You're Italian.
a rapper,
I don't get the white people thing.
N-E-Y-O.
Wait, now he's talking about a rapper?
He said a thing, got canceled, apologized, unapologized. And so now we're in a good spot where I'm very pro Neo again. I lost track somewhere in the Neo path along the way. But here's what Neo said that got him canceled.
No! Damn, he just hit me with that. Why is the Matt Walsh? Oh my god, there's a Matt Walsh show. There's literally a Wikipedia page specifically for white demographic decline.
So basically, there's a Wikipedia page for the end of white people.
Let me go ahead and say this. For example, according to their national census, white Americans, white Canadians, white Latin Americans, and white people in the UK are in demographic decline in the United States. Who cares? Who really cares? Why do we even spend time on this shit? Why do we waste our precious space time? We could be in space. We're going to Mars and shit. But we're sitting here talking about how there's slightly less white people and how they're not going to be the majority anymore. Like, oh my god. Like, why are we worried about it? I don't see a reason to celebrate this. I don't see a reason to be upset about this. I don't see a reason to pay attention to it at all. What's the point? What does it do? What does paying attention to race at all do when people are supposed to be, you know, independent spiritual beings? Now let's look at Brookings.com. White and youth population losses contributed most to the what? This source is literally just talking about the Census Bureau, because I haven't seen any liberal sources, you know, celebrating this yet. NPR, I don't know what this is, to the U.S. white population decline and shrink. Most Americans say the declining share of white people in, this is Pew Research Center, is neither good nor bad for society. That's what I'm saying. No one gives a shit. It's not good, it's not bad. Who cares? People are people. We're all Americans. Or, well, I mean, I don't really like to identify as an American. But fuck this country, it's garbage. And I don't know how many times I had to say it, but the people that go around and they start preaching, oh, well, if you don't like it, maybe you should leave here. Yeah, just because this is the best option doesn't mean it's completely void of criticism and that people aren't allowed to talk shit about it when it clearly has an overabundance of problems. And just because those problems aren't affecting you doesn't mean you should tell people to move to a different country, you fucking insecure, narrow-minded piece of shit. Okay, moving on.
It's the extreme roast and then the... Okay, moving on.
All right, here we go. Let's move on to some more. All right, let's read this. The U.S. became more diverse, good for us, and more urban over the past decade, and the non-Hispanic white population dropped for the first time on record. The Census Bureau reported Thursday as it released a trove of demographic data that it will be used to redraw the nation's political maps. Why do we have political maps? And why does Mike Schneider look fucking stupid? Can I get a picture of this guy? This is the guy that wrote this article. No, wait, this is not the guy. Who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck? It has a whole Wikipedia page, but no pictures of him. You look fucking stupid in your profile picture, though. Look at that. Bro, his face looks like he's using every single muscle in it, and his glasses are obscenely large. What the fuck? You know what? Ad hominem. He's not using a real argument. He's just making fun of him. Shut the fuck up. Okay, so the country has changed since 2010. They're sure to set off an intense partisan battle over representation at a deep time of national diversion. Who gives a fuck? As a white man, I do not believe that white men or the white race should be represented or given a shit. Like, what the fuck? Huh? I'm Italian, I guess. I'm Italian and Native American, and a few different... I have English in me, too. I have a lot of different fucking shit in me. Alright, so let me keep looking at these, because I'm trying to find what the conservatives were crying about, because they were acting like that we were celebrating that white people were dying.
Yay!
That's pretty much what Michael Knowles was saying. He's like, oh my god, the end of white people. White Americans become a minority. What then? Who cares? Washington Post, white population could decrease under a new Biden administration. Oh, this is probably some conspiracy shit. Can't wait to read that. UW-Madison, white deaths exceed births in majority of U.S. states. Okay. Plain Citizen? What the fuck is this website? Debunking the myth. Okay, so this is a third source debunking the white population decline. God damn. The Times of India. White population falls below 60%. Everyone's basically saying the same thing. I'm not really seeing where people, if you guys can see or give me any kind of links where all the liberals are going, yay, white death, then, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell conservatives. Besides, like, I don't give a shit about this. I don't know why I'm even still looking at this. What happens when white people become a minority in America? In 2021, the U.S. population expanded at its slowest rate in history, probably because we can't have fucking babies, because we can't afford them, because our economy is bad and no one wants to fix it, because in order to fix it, it would require a massive amount of violence. I don't care about the white race going down, saying, oh no, oh shit, Cletus grabbed my shotgun and fucking killed off us whiteys, oh no. This is the debunking the myth. Yeah, see, so this is all stupid. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about this. Michael Knowles. I don't want to watch your whole video because, like, you made your whole claim here in the beginning. We watched that. You were just talking about how It's okay for the liberal media to celebrate it, but it's not okay for other people to talk about it, because why the fuck do you care? Why does race matter? It doesn't. I don't care. So he was complaining and whining because we're not allowed to talk about the white decline, but the liberal media is allowed to celebrate it. Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't. I just looked through, you guys watched me, I looked through a decent amount of sources, and not a single one was like, yay, white people are dying. Not a single one. Not a single source that I read. You know what? Maybe you'll find one, and guess what? That'll be the one. And it's probably some fat goober sitting behind his computer that paid $2.99 for a fucking for a fucking web domain just so that he could put that article out and piss you off, you stupid fucking dumbass. You know how expensive a website is? Not very, especially if you know how to make one. It's usually more expensive if you need to pay somebody to like make a website for you. And I don't want to sit here and watch your whole video, because you started talking about a rapper getting canceled, and you started talking about Pornhub, and like I'm not going to sit through your 30-minute video to try to find where you're talking about specifically white people, but that was really dumb.
Complete.